Pearce it was.
Header down to Pearce, who's got to push forward on that side if this plan's going to work. Barnes again. Oh, what a run! And a chance here for Platt to get the ball in. Lineker couldn't get there, and here's Dixon. Plenty of the ball for Gascoigne. He'll relish that. And Lineker will relish passes of that nature too. Ball's in the middle. Oh, good effort by Lineker. Lineker and Ball both running well, and it's a good piece of improvisation by the goalkeeper, Petrie. Gascoigne, and now Platt. It's gone a bit wide. Gascoigne tries, Lineker does! And the first goal for England under Graham Taylor is scored by the new captain in the last minute of the first half. It's Barnes back to Dorigo. Now Ball's on the move. Against Distal. And he showed up well. Oh, Lineker! It happened so quickly. You hardly saw Lineker going in. It's not a goal. Disappointment on the bench. The referee has spotted an infringement and it won't count.
By Graham, but coached by Joe Royle, got off to a rather uncertain start. Not a great threat from this cross, but the referee awards a Hungarian penalty, mystifying at the time, but the replay indicates handball by the Oldham defender Paul Warhurst. Peter Jarfash with the penalty, Hungary 1 up. And Laurie McMenemy, who has overall control of the under-21s, with much to ponder. In the second half, the introduction of Manchester United's Mark Robins provided the transformation, and his diving header there from Gary Charles's cross made it 1-1. Well, then for England, a couple of late goals added a bit of gloss to the scoreline that perhaps the overall performance didn't deserve. Great determination coming up here from Ian Olney on the byline. His Aston Villa colleague Mark Blake puts England ahead. And then in the last minute, a repeat performance from Mark Robins, and this time the header comes from Tom Johnson of Notts County. England under-21s 3, Hungary 1.
When the Soviet Union opened their qualifying campaign against Norway in Moscow in September 1990, no one could have dreamed of the political confusion which lay ahead. As Mikhailichenko and his teammates chased goals and points, so their country was about to disintegrate. It took just 22 minutes of constant pressure to record the first goal in Group 3. After Oleg Protasev shot against a post, Andrei Konchelskis was in the right place at the right time to shoot beyond goalkeeper Torsvet. This was Byshevet's first game in charge. He'd succeeded Valery Labanovsky after the Soviets' failure at the 1990 World Cup. Byshevet's dropped many of the exiled former Kiev players who'd formed the team's backbone for so long. But it was one of the survivors, centre-back Oleg Kuznetsov, who headed home Dobrovolsky's cross for goal number 2. Kuznetsov too would soon be joining the band of exiles by transferring to Glasgow Rangers of Scotland.
Well, that's a fine ball to Lakatu, Sean. Didn't he take it beautifully? Laid it back to Petrescu, and it's in. Kawataru. Next day, McLeod. McKimmy's available. Now, is it a good cross this time? Into the box, still McKimmy. Tees it up for McAllister. McCoist. Robertson. Yes! John Robertson, the 25-year-old striker from Hearts, scores for Scotland on his international debut. McAllister. Oh, well struck and a fine save. Hadji. Oh, he let it run and Boyd intercepted. Pursued by Petrescu. Can he get to his feet quickly? He can, and lays it back to Robertson. There's 3 or 4 to look for in the box. McStay! Teed up for McLeod. Oh, it's in! McCoist! Scotland ahead 2-1.
Result for the Scots, and one other result from their Group 2. Switzerland 2, Bulgaria 0, and Switzerland are Scotland's next opponents at Hampden Park on October the 17th. And the Northern Ireland line-up will go on familiar names like Norman Whiteside and David McCreary. Paul Key of Oxford United, he wins his second cap in goal due to the injury to Tommy Wright. And Yugoslavia beaten on penalties by Argentina in Italy, and passing a late fitness test for them, Dragan Stojkovic, many people's selection as one of the outstanding players of the World Cup finals. Northern Ireland playing left to right. We're in the first.
Back into the pass of Savicevic, and blocked, but Panchev puts in the rebound. Spasic, and now Stojkovic. A left foot pass that finds the man out there. And Prosinecki. Cool, deliberate, and the goal he deserved.
Austria made little secret of the fact that they expected to score 4 or 5 goals against the Faroe Islands, but one by one the chances were missed. Polster, the culprit here, good save, and a natty lining goalkeeping caps from Knudsen. Then after 63 minutes, the moment that shook the entire football world, Torkild Nielsen scoring like a veteran, and an instant national hero. The Faroes then survived the last 27 minutes before the real celebrations began. Now, Ray, how do you explain a result like that?
Well, that's an incredible result, Bob, that. And no one would have forecast it. It wasn't even played there. It played in Sweden, wasn't it?
After surviving Bulgarian pressure in the first 15 minutes, Switzerland went ahead against the run of play. Mark Hottiger's bobbler evading an unsighted Valov in goal. Into the second half now, and Switzerland's second goal, which ensured the 2 points. Bickel put in by Chapiasat, beating Valov at his near post. Switzerland 2, Bulgaria 0. Now, had Spain played as well in the World Cup as they did in this friendly against Brazil, they'd have actually made the final. Carlos's diving header from Michel's cross gave them a 9th-minute lead. If you thought that was a good goal, there's even more skill coming up in number 2. First, look out for the little pass into the box. Then it's the skill and turn, followed by the dummy, the setup by Michel, and Fernando says thanks very much. 2-0 to Spain, and 3 in the last minute. Michel, having set up 2, decides to get his own name on the score sheet and leave new Brazilian manager Falcao with plenty to ponder. Finally, another friendly in Brussels, Belgium against East Germany, and early on the home side dominated. Enzo Schifo terribly unlucky with that 30-yarder. But in the second half, 2 breakaway goals from East Germany. Here comes the first. Prudhomme failing to prevent the ball reaching Sammer at the far post. And Sammer, who plays for Stuttgart now, got a second in the last minute of the game. Prudhomme rashly coming off his line this time, and East Germany winning 2-0 in their last away game before unification.
Took a hammering before Wembley against the World Cup's weakest nation, the United States. Bruce Murray giving the Americans the lead after only 15 minutes. 9 minutes later, Poland, feeling just about their strongest team, were rocked again. A strong run through the middle of Poland's defence by Peter Vermes, giving the States a 2-0 lead. Incredibly, the Americans scored a third before half-time. Goalkeeper Bako's mistake, and Vermes scored again. Poland got their act together more in the second half, and a fine cross by Zioba brought a good header from Gazeki. The United States lost some confidence now and gave the ball away carelessly to allow Poland to score a second. Zioba, who England will have to watch, beating Watford goalkeeper Tony Meola. Despite the apparent clearance, the referee gave the goal. In Group 4 of the European Championships, Denmark in red scored after only 8 minutes against the Faroe Isles, who'd beaten Austria in their previous game. Michael Laudrup, the scorer. It looked like another upset in store when, incredibly, the Faroes equalised when Alan McCrory bundled the ball home. and it seemed as though half the population of the islands joined in the celebrations, including that chap with the funny hat again. No fairy tale ending this time, though, and it was the Luton striker Lars Elstrup who restored Denmark's lead before half-time. Denmark's third early in the second half was the goal of the game, a magnificent run by Michael Laudrup, and relief on the Danish bench at a 3-1 lead. They made it 4-1 in the last minute, thanks to persistent play by the former Manchester United fullback John Severbeck. Flemming Poulsen, the scorer.
Right! Lineker! Off the line, was it in? Was it in or not? Was it a handball? Penalty? Oh, well taken. Absolutely no question about it. He knew he was going to score. Here's Dixon. Beardsley's made a run now. It's a good one too. And he's got Platt making a terrific run in the second. He went for the near post. Oh, what a goal! By Peter Beardsley.
It's looking encouraging for Scotland this morning. 2 wins in 2 matches, but they lived dangerously before beating Switzerland 2-1 at Hampden Park last night. This incident led to Scotland's opening goal in the 34th minute. Handball harshly given by the referee, but John Robertson comfortably scoring from the spot. Alec Hoyst had already missed an earlier penalty. Gary McAllister made it 2-0 just after half-time, but Switzerland prompted a rousing finish when Nutt pulled a goal back with another penalty. Switzerland, who had Eagly sent off, almost snatched a draw. Better finishing, and they would have done so. In Belfast, Northern Ireland, who had already lost their opening Group 4 match to Yugoslavia, got off to a bad start against Denmark. Brian Laudrup felled by Colin O'Neill. And Jan Bartram scoring the penalty. That after 11 minutes. But Colin Clark kept Irish hopes of qualification alive, beating the offside trap to equalise in the 66th minute.
Match was played at the Arms Park in Cardiff, and I think that maybe was the reason, Jim, it gave the boys a bit of a psychological lift, although they did go 1 down to their Savills goal here, and maybe at that stage they thought, oh no, not again, because as you say,
well, Belgium certainly looked a very good side in the World Cup here, and I think England were basically very lucky to beat them. But a great ball here by Dean Saunders through to Ian Rush, tremendous run by him, and what a great goal.
Well, the thing about the Welsh, Jim, we've always wondered why they haven't won matches, because they've got world-class players,
right,
you know,
right.
Rich Saunders and Hughes, and they've a great goalkeeper.
Just what Terry Yoris said, he said he's not worried, and there's another good goal by Dean Saunders there. He's not worried about how Saunders, Rush and Hughes plays, it's the others. They've got to play well, and Saunders again involved in the action, and an excellent goal this by Mark Hughes. And maybe playing at Cardiff Arms Park and bailing out great.
Well, I think the Irish were also inspired, Jim, in their match against Turkey.
Irwin playing it in early, finding Aldridge. Houghton coming up for this one. Well, he might try one from there. Houghton, it cannoned off there, and it's in there by Aldridge. Aldridge finished it off. The Republic of Ireland go into the lead. Curled deep towards McCarthy with the header. And O'Leary! His first goal for the Republic of Ireland. And it puts them 2 ahead. O'Leary really launched himself at that one. Sheridan taking it from... Oh, here he is again. O'Leary looking for another one. Aldridge! It's another one for the Republic of Ireland. John Aldridge, his second of the game. There's Owen. Knocking a long cross in towards Aldridge. Back for Quinn. Another one. 4-0. Niall Quinn. Townsend. Aldridge looking for the hat-trick. A penalty given. It was a handball. A chance to make it 5 now. It's 5-0 and a hat-trick for Aldridge.
Welcome to the European edition of Surprise, Surprise. None greater than Bulgaria's 3-0 win in Romania. The favourites to win Scotland's group nudged towards their second defeat by Krasimir Balakov's expertly taken opener. The Romanians were without their first-choice keeper Silvio Lung through injury. I think his deputy Bogdan Stelea stayed at home with him to watch number 2. It came from half-time substitute Nikolai Todorov. Romania have lost star players to the West and lost a bit of heart as a result. Their standing keeper lost his bearings to allow Todorov to make it 3-0. Bulgaria's best win in Bucharest for 65 years. Italy, playing their first competitive qualifying game for 2 years, were unusually caught out by Laszlo Distel's header in the first half of their game in Hungary. A goal against Italy, always something to celebrate. But quick thinking and a quick free kick by Roberto Baggio set up a second-half equaliser. De Napoli cut down in his prime at the cost of a penalty kick. No doubt about the decision. A bit of doubt as to where the responsibility lay. The defender probably held him off, but the goalkeeper made sure just in case. To Baggio fell the responsibility of capitalising. Spot on. Hungary won, Italy won. Defeat for champions Holland in Portugal. New Dutch manager Rinus Michels undone by a second-half header from Rui Aguas. Ronald Koeman dropped. Frank Rijkaard suspended. More changes in the offing, maybe. A better night for the French against Czechoslovakia and for Jean-Pierre Papin, who does so much of their damage. First to the ball, his first goal on the hour mark. His second, 8 minutes from time, proved decisive. A fatal error. Queen's Park Rangers' new goalkeeper Jan Stejskal helpless. English interest in this match also provided by referee George Courtney. He was checking his watch when Thomas Skurabi pulled one back. Too little, too late. France 2, Czechoslovakia 1.
It's been a good start by Wales, but there's the danger man, Schifo, finding De Wolf, who loves to get into good attacking positions and continues his run. And De Wolf going into the penalty area and takes a tumble. They look to the referee, De Wolf angry, but it's turned down. Did he fall or was he pushed? An anxious moment for Barry Horn. Still Belgium coming, and again it's Schifo looking to get that pass through to Versavel. Here's Versavel. What a fine strike. And Bruno Versavel gives Belgium the lead on 24 minutes. Nothing Neville Southall could do about that. It's a quality strike from Versavel. The ball from Schifo. Versavel taking it on, and it dipped and it swerved. Good enough to beat Southall. An excellent goal. 1-0 Belgium. Here's Gerrits, turned back straight into the path of Nicholas. Dean Saunders, Rush making a good forward run. Here's Ian Rush. Oh, a great equaliser from the Liverpool man. And Ian Rush gets his first international goal for 2 years. Terry Yorath looks calm, but Ian Rush, with his 17th goal for Wales, has broken his barren spell, and that is typical Rush. There was no one to stop that. The perfect reply. Quality ball again from Saunders. Rush timing the run and clipping it in past Prudhomme. Bodin has made some good runs down this left touch line. Plays the ball in for Rush again. He's onside. Chances here for Rush. Saunders couldn't get there and it flew across the face of the goal. And Ian Rush disappointed then not to have his second strike of the half on the mark. Bodin again with the ball in, as he's done so frequently. Rush beating the offside trap, but not Prudhomme. To be picked up by Horn. And the Welsh have really done some good attacking, and here's Saunders, and he's got Rush to aim at in the middle, and Rush might have done better. He'll be disappointed not to have made a good contact with that one. Lovely ball in again from Saunders. Still no emotion from Terry Yorath. The cross was perfect, the finish wasn't. So the danger at this free kick must come from Schifo. Strikes it well, and a flying stop from Southall. Interesting as to whether that one was actually going in or not, but the ball's still in play, and it'll be looped back in here by Emmers. And it goes out now, but there was a dangerous moment, certainly for the Welsh there. Nobody strikes the ball more sweetly than Schifo. Cracking effort and a flying stop. But this will tell us whether it was going in or not. I would say it was. So the corner is for Wales. And Eric Young will go up there, and he'll try and unsettle him. Young, in fact, going for it. Out, but not very far, and it's come back in from Horn, and Rush. Good stop by Prudhomme. Well, the goalkeeper wears contact lenses. He was at close quarters to see Rush. Swung in here, Eric Young getting up well. Looped up in the air, and a good reflex save from Prudhomme. Saunders, what an active game he's had. Flipped over again to Bodin. Got the chance to cross it in. Takes on Garrett. Good cross as well. Out, but not very far. Horn. Here's Saunders once more. It's 2-1. And Wales have got the lead back with 8 minutes to go. Wales 2, Belgium 1. And Dean Saunders has got the second Welsh goal, and they've taken the lead for the first time in the game. And Saunders, an excellent striker's goal as he sweeps it in. Saunders and Hughes going on and following through well. Mark Hughes, he goes on, and it's 3-1. And it's turning into a memorable night for the Welsh and Terry Yorath, who scents his first competitive win as manager of Wales. Prudhomme disgusted with life, he got a hand to that. But Hughes had a lot to do as he took it on there from Dean Saunders. But didn't he do it well? An excellent finish from the Manchester United man. And Mark Hughes rounds off a tremendous night for the Welsh. It's Wales 3, Belgium 1.
Yeah, marvellous result that. And looking at the group table, of course, Luxembourg and West Germany haven't played yet. So Wales and Belgium up at the top there. West Germany actually favourites the whole competition. Waiting.
The wonder is that Romania kept a clean sheet for all of 28 minutes, and then Balakov was given the freedom of the city to embarrass Stetia in goal for Bulgaria's first. The defence about as effective as the old Securitate again. Todorov making it 2-0. And then poor old Stetia, nutmegged for the first, found it impossible keeping his knees together to prevent the third. He won't have a return leg to stand on. Yes, Romania 0, Bulgaria 3 then, and 35,000 spectators in Bucharest to agonise over that. Scotland, just to remind you, beat Switzerland 2-1. The Swiss had already beaten Bulgaria, so Romania probably out of it. But Scotland's home form keeping them on top. Can they do it in Bulgaria on November the 14th? That is the question. Well, Northern Ireland can't quite match the adventures of their southern neighbours. Colin Clark's equaliser rescuing a point at home to Denmark, so an awful lot for them to do. Denmark, not so long ago, the most entertaining side in Europe, still on top of Group 4. A nasty jolt for Holland tonight, thoroughly out of sorts in the World Cup and beaten 1-0 in Portugal in their first European qualifier. Rui Aguas with the winner. Portugal on top of Group 6 at the moment. Holland in turmoil. The maestro was on hot bricks for an hour until Deschamps scorched past 3 defenders to set up Jean-Pierre Papin for the first. Novlicek, the World Cup striker, thought he'd equalised for the Czechs, but George Courtney disallowed this for a foul on the fullback. And then France went 2 up when Veyrua's burst of speed enabled Papin to score at his leisure. QPR's new goalkeeper, Stejskal, given no chance. Near the end, Skuravi whipped a goal back for Czechoslovakia. He scored 5, remember, in the World Cup before staying on in Italy with Genoa. So 2-1 to France, who failed to qualify for the last European Championships and the World Cup, but are expecting Platini to guide them out of the darkness. Could be a long tunnel, though. France with maximum points so far. A big date for them in February when Spain visit the Parc des Princes.
It's Italy's first game, Hungary's second, having drawn 0-0 in Norway last week. Now, the Italians left out Maldini at left-back, brought in Marocchi, who played in midfield, with De Agostini moving to left-back. Hungary's best-known player, Detari, unfortunately missing with injury. You remember they lost to England last month. And our commentator, the ubiquitous John Helm.
Back in field from Marocchi. Turned on by Giannini. Now De Agostini, who makes spirited runs down the left touchline. Schillaci, that was a lovely turn, and Schillaci goes on, and Schillaci might get the first one here for Italy. Good stop by Petri, who'd come off his line. But Toto Schillaci showing the form there that made him such a darling with the Italian crowds during the World Cup finals. So Schillaci going forward and taking on the opposition, working the ball onto his right foot, and it was a good job that Petri for the Hungarians spotted the danger as he came out literally to whip the ball away from Schillaci's toe end. So just under quarter of an hour gone. Still no goals here in the Nep Stadium between Hungary and Italy. And the best chance really fell to Schillaci, and he was only unable to take it because of the outstanding goalkeeping of Petri, who showed very good awareness. Hungary again coming down the right with Monos, who bides his time and then takes on De Agostini. Well, the crowd have warmed to Monos. He's only 22, made his debut in March against the United States and has since kept his place at right back. Again Bogner, this time right-footed, and a clear header, and Hungary have the lead. And what a great moment for their captain, Distel. 16 minutes gone, and Laszlo Distel profits from the corner taken on the right here by Bogner. He timed his run to perfection, a clear header, and nothing Zenga could do about that. And the ball thuds into the Italian net. So from behind the goal you see how he timed his run so well, Distel, and it's 1-0 Hungary. And certainly Kalman Mazzoli, the Hungarian coach, will be ecstatic with the way things have gone so far. And Baresi has slipped, and he could have cost his side here. Can they make it 2-0? Hungary, surely maybe the chance hasn't gone after all. It's saved by Zenga's legs. A rare error by Franco Baresi there, almost letting in Bogner. And a heart-stopping moment for the Italians. And it's Baresi who clatters the ball out of play. No doubt furious with himself, but that really could have been a calamitous mistake by Baresi. He apologises there to his teammates. Caught in possession, which is criminal really. Bogner taking it on was very unselfish in rolling the pass. And Zenga having to save with his feet. And the Italians come through unscathed from a very dodgy moment. Good turn by Baggio. Oh, and lovely. Beautiful skills by Baggio. Can he produce one of his magical moments? Well, he's got the crossover all right. But never much danger of the header finding the mark from Marocci. But certainly Baggio just reminding us of his supreme qualities. He's a gifted player. And he really teed it up for Marocci there, who couldn't direct the header on the mark. But again, the Italian passing found wanting, which gives the opportunity to Hungary to come again with Shalmar. And some good movement off the ball once more. Well, it's a bit of an ambitious try by Lorinx, but no harm in having a crack from anywhere. Emil Lorinx, the Molenbeek player from Belgium, winning his third cap only, but showing the confidence here to try his luck. Now Donadon. Baggio catching the ball, rugby style there. And here's a chance for an equaliser. No, is that a penalty? The referee dances towards the penalty spot. It certainly is. And Italy have a chance to get back into the game. The theatricals go on. But there was no question about it. It was a real old push in the back, this one, on De Napoli by Garaba. And Italy have been given an opportunity to get back into the game here. This to make it 1-1, and it is. Roberto Baggio has equalised for Italy from the penalty spot. But that will come as some relief to Italy, who've not really shown signs of getting back. Once more they come with Cosma. Good cross as well, and it's eluded everybody inside that penalty area. A cross from the Dunfermline man. Comes now to the substitute, who goes on and tries to get a toe poke in there, and he is barged over. Fodor barged over, but the referee this time says that's not worth a penalty. Well, we had one at one end. And the Italians come once more. There's a good flow about it this time, and Schillaci offside. Strong running once more from Monos. He really has revelled in it tonight. Zenga off the line. But Monos has been as enterprising as anybody for Hungary. Down on this touchline, Bogner. He's got one man outside him. This looks more promising for Hungary. Oh, was that a penalty? The Hungarians thought so. The referee Carlson didn't. And I think they thought that he'd made a bit of a meal of that. Bogner's ball through. It was a beautifully played pass. And yes, I think he went over rather theatrically without contact being made. Hoisted by Lawrence, who's followed through to make sure he won the ball back. And wins it again. He's been a persistent character in this second half. Now he's onside. Well, can Hungary snatch it even now? Into the penalty area. Fedor is going to come back here for the chance. Save from Bogner by Zenga. And again the shot comes in. Now he's bowled over by Ferry. And he looked a little anxious for a moment. I think the referee's back was actually turned on the incident. But the linesman didn't flag either. Italy come away unscathed again. There was certainly more justification about that shout than the previous one. And it's Italy's turn to come forward with Baggio. Too many men around him. And a lively ending to the game. Fedor twice has got inside the Italian penalty area and unsettled them. Now Baresi has to go back. Turns away from Fedor. De Napoli. Baggio back to Donadoni. And returns the compliment. Nice interpassing between the two. Well, Donadoni's dribbling skills unable to take him through there. But here again, that moment when Fedor thought that a penalty should have been awarded to his side. The shot was struck in by Bogner and a fine save by Zenga. It came back to Fedor. Now this is the moment when they thought they'd won a penalty. Ferry's challenged there. The referee had his back to the incident, but it was no penalty.
The next generation of England internationals were on show at Tottenham. The problem was only just over 2,000 turned up to watch. Not much of an atmosphere, but there were chances. Southampton's Rod Wallace managing to steer this one wide. Manchester United's Mark Robins brought a great save from Clack minutes later. Robins' potential highlighted again last night. He nearly caught out the Polish keeper when he got power and nearly the right direction with a stooping header from Ian Olney's cross. But ironically enough, it was an attempted ambitious flick from Robins that led to Poland's goal. The England defenders were on the way to the halfway line as the Poles broke. Arsenal reserve keeper Alan Miller only succeeded in giving a Damchuk a chance he didn't know too much about. Needless to say, the Poles were quite pleased at scoring just 4 minutes from time. But from the restart, Wallace made a great run and delivered the perfect cross from the right. Robins' header was again kept out, and the second chance was deflected wide. Disappointment for England, Poland winning by a goal to nil.
Determined to build on that as they attempt to qualify for the finals for the first time. Scotland against Switzerland. Barry Davis is the commentator.
There are 4 changes in Scotland's team compared with that which beat Romania. McPherson and McCall come back after injury. Steve Nicol returns to replace the flu victim, Maurice Malpas, after the ending of a club-country debate. And Motherwell's captain Tom Boyd starts an international after an impressive half-an-hour debut as a substitute a month ago. The Swiss include their 2 goal scorers of the last meeting here back in March 1983. Heinz Hermann, the captain, for whom tonight's appearance is his 105th cap, and Andre Egli, who makes his international comeback after a self-imposed exile which has lasted for 3 years. Like Scotland, they've lost key men, and in their case, they're all defenders. Well, it's the national side's last appearance in Glasgow's year as the European City of Culture. 2 points from this one, and the Scottish team could well be on their way to a European convention in Sweden in a couple of years' time. Scotland in the blue shirts, of course. The Swiss mainly in red. Quite a fanciful outfit. That's Chapuisa. Swiss attacking the goal to the right. Although most of their practice yesterday evening on this ground was spent in organising defence. Fersen. Alec McLeish back again as Scotland's captain. Paul McStay not fit. He was a little lucky, I think, then. Pressure from Boyd. Swiss have actually got 4 up at the moment, spread right across the field. McPherson gets a good strong header. And Egley needed to win that. Pifaretti. Scotland walk. And McCall is available if it's taken quickly, but it's not. Nicol. Zutter. Turkey Maz. Well seen by Andy Gorham. Maz running down the middle like a rabbit who was waiting for the bullet. He heard the noise. But in fact, the machine gun was the man who cleared it. he didn't take the time to look up, didn't see the run across the face of the goal by McCoist. Kimmy again. Challenged by Herman. And McAllister! They looked at the linesman kept his flag down. The majority of the players had stopped, but McAllister didn't, and struck it truly off the goalkeeper and into the corner. His first goal for Scotland on the occasion of his 5th cap. They're appealing there for the offside. Look how many players are standing still. But McAllister struck it really well. Well, it could well be the player at the top was playing him on. What is not in any doubt is that Scotland have a 2-0 lead. McLeish, I think, possibly more cross with himself than Gorham. Or did the goalkeeper not call? Would be out of keeping with his performance so far. Suter to take. Yeah, joining those forward. So is Egley, but they haven't found him coming in at the back post. Far wide this time. This is Herman. Made the gap. That's well struck. Cleared off the line by McCall. Piparetti over the top after the earlier shot from Zuter. Cleared off the line. Herman's effort by Stuart McCall. Well worked by the skipper. Gorham was beaten and McCall did his job. And Nicol, having to watch the bounce, it actually beat him for a moment. And this is Chassot. And Nicol might begin to feel what Stuart McKimmy's been feeling. Herman. Tekilmaz. And another penalty. 3rd of the match against Alec McLeish. Well, Tekilmaz turned looking for precisely what he got. Lovely little ball played in, though, by Herman. He was looking for a return here. McKimmie got a foot in. And Tekilmaz made absolutely sure that there would be contact between himself and McLeish. Canup with the penalty. It's 2-1 in spite of a valiant effort by Gorham. And it changes the scene at Hampden. Swiss have brought on a second player to attack on the flanks. They too given the penalty, and Canup the scorer. There's John Collins. Free kick against McLeod. And now Scotland will make their substitution. And a yellow card shown to McLeod. First yellow card of a contest which has seen 3 penalties awarded. And Collins will replace McAllister. So Celtic have a man in the fray. Chassot. And here's Turkelmaz. He got free and didn't make the most of his opportunity. Ended as a very comfortable header for Gorham to take. Beaker and McLeod. McLeod more determined, and then Beaker brought him down. And McLeod might reasonably say, was that not as bad as mine? And the referee might perhaps agree with him. Yes, he's about to do so. There's no attempt to play the ball, and it's a second yellow card. One apiece. Swiss want to make a final substitution. He's replaced Piparelli. Down the middle, won by McLeish. Don't think that's the best way past the Scots. One or two encouraging the referee to blow the final whistle. We're deep into the final minute. There's a bit of stoppage time to be allowed. The referee certainly looks at his watch. Won by McPherson, but only to Chassot. And must be no! Turkelmaz misses a gift. And poor Uli Stilicka has been through all the agonies this evening. Knupfu headed it across. Turkelmaz came round the back. Chance of a break for Scotland here. Robertson wasn't well played by Collins. Egley. And a blatant body check by Egley on Dury. And the referee invites Egley to get to his feet as Dury gets attention. And it's only a question of the colour of the card. It's a red one. This has to be the last chance. In fact, the last chance has gone for Switzerland in this contest, but not, I think, in the group overall. But Scotland have a second home victory and go clear in Group 2. Victory by 2-1 in a match full of incident, including 3 penalties.
Well, Scotland head Group 2 then. Surprise defeat tonight in that group for Romania. 3-0 at home to Bulgaria. Their second consecutive defeat, and Romania were favourites to go through in that group. Now Bulgaria are the next opponents for Scotland, and that match in Bulgaria will be a big test of the Scots' European Championship potential. Now this is how the teams lined up. For Northern Ireland, 2 changes to the team that lost to Yugoslavia. Motherwell's Colin O'Neill starts a full international for the first time. Colin Clark returns for the injured Kevin Wilson. And for Denmark, Luton striker Lars Elstrup is relegated to the bench. The Laudrup brothers up front expected to provide the threat. We're in the first half, and the commentator is Mark Robson.
Nice skill from Michael Laudrup. This is Danny Wilson. 3 men in front of him. That was Black. Colin O'Neill. Plenty of skill O'Neill has too. Here's Dowie. Oh my word, he hit that well. Well, what a tremendous first-time effort from Ian Dowie. It was a good ball played in initially by Colin O'Neill. And will you see this for a first-time strike? Wasn't that far away.
Superb, just dipped late at the last moment and almost in the back of the net. Tremendous effort from Ian Dowie.
Taggart, strong header. This is Poulsen. Siva back. There's plenty of space away on the left-hand side, and he's found Heinz, the full-back. Bartram's outside him. This is Bartram, 2 men in the box. Well away by Nigel Worthington. Heinz again. Brian Laudrup is the target. Good ball to him. Poulsen is the only man in the penalty area to aim for if they decide to play it in aerially, but they haven't, and it could be a penalty. And the referee has given the penalty. It was Laudrup in the box, and really I don't think there was too much doubt about it. Brian Laudrup, the player, a man with tremendous skill. He's so quick and he turns so well, and it's Colin O'Neill who brings him down. Jan Bartram against Paul Key, 1-0. "11 minutes gone, and Denmark take the lead here at Windsor Park. Penalty kick from Jan Bartram. Disappointment for Northern Ireland and Colin O'Neill, who gave away the penalty. It was a well-struck penalty kick, and Key might have just got his fingers to it, but no chance really. Clark. Bartram. Well, Jan Bartram, the man who scored the goal, has been very impressive so far for Denmark. Mal Donaghy with the throw for Northern Ireland. Looking for Colin Clark. And now Kingsley Black, and that's a good-looking ball towards Rogan. And in fact, he was brought down after he'd played the ball through, and the crowd are baying for a penalty. But I imagine the goalkeeper's momentum took him through, and I think it would have been a very harsh decision to give a penalty there. And we'll just see now how good an opportunity that was. Well, look at that, he had plenty of room, but Schmeichel did well to come out quickly and cut him down. And it certainly would have been a very unfair decision if a penalty had been given. Here's Colin O'Neill. He's got a bit of space in front of him here. He sees it. 2 men away to his left. And that's a good-looking ball towards Rogan. This could go anywhere. Well, my goodness, it was Ian Dowie who was almost on the end of that. And it was a beautiful ball played through by Colin O'Neill. And this is the skill of the man. He has got great vision. And that was a lovely little bit of football. Rogan had taken up the position. And really that could have landed in the corner of the net.
There's every chance it could have been a penalty kick as well.
Well, was Dowie pushed off the ball, but the penalty hasn't been given. Here's Kingsley Black. 4 men in for Taggart. Well, he just wasn't picked up at all, and Kingsley Black saw him. I was expecting Black to maybe take his man on and go towards the byline, but he saw Taggart in that little area of space there. And here it is. And it was wide open for him, but it was a difficult angle because the ball was coming at him and the goals were behind him. Taggart. Now he needs someone wide here. He hasn't got it, but he's got Colin Clark. A real chance now for Northern Ireland. And it's a goal by Colin Clark. His 8th goal for his country in his 25th international. The Portsmouth striker has put Northern Ireland back in the game, and what a good ball it was by Gerry Taggart. Look at that. Colin Clark, always an excellent finisher, and he's done it again for his country.